Hello and welcome to another video from the Silver Citizen. Remember, if you like what you see, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss a video. Alright, let's get into it. This is a video about the game that was played yesterday. Game at home against Southampton. The Blues won 4-0. Good solid performance all round. I don't think there was a handful of players that had their best game, if I'm honest. I thought De Bruyne's game was below par. Couple of passes that mere mortals like you and me would probably not be that disappointed if it didn't reach the target, but Kevin De Bruyne's passing ability, the passes were a little disappointing in some cases. You'd expect Kevin De Bruyne to make those passes. I think his control let him down a couple of times. His passes was off. Rodri could tell he's just come back from injury. A few times he misplaced a pass. Mahrez, I don't think he had his greatest game. Bernardo, I think he was probably below par, if I'm honest. And Phil Foden had moments. Some moments were good, some moments were bad in terms of their performance type of thing. But they certainly made up for it. Their intensity, the desire to close down, the desire to win the ball back, the dedication, the determination, the concentration levels when out of possession. First class. Every single one of them. The people that had an off day certainly made up for it with their out of possession performance. I thought it was top notch from every single one. And a big reason for me why Edison really didn't have anything to do other than watch a few balls go out for a goal kick or catch a cross that, the type of crosses that he comes to catch probably 15-20 minutes before kickoff. And goalkeeping coach is whipping and crossing and coming out and catching. He had nothing to do. And he had nothing to do because of the people in front of him. I mean, I thought the three defenders, Akanji, Ake and Diaz, I thought they were brilliant. Stopped anything getting past them. And that's why most of the shots were going wide, because they were hit from 25-30 yards, just anything to get a shot off and goal. Because they couldn't get past the defenders. I mean, granted, when the team sheet came out, I thought Ake was going to be playing on the left, Cancelo on the right, Diaz and Akanji in the middle. I thought it was going to be a midfield three of Rodri, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, with Mahrez and Foden on either flank, and Haaland obviously up top. As it turned out, Pep failed as well. We had a back three of Ake, Diaz and Akanji. Cancelo was left wing back. Mahrez was a right wing back. We had Rodri obviously as the holding midfielder. Bernardo was doing more of a number 8 role, box to box. He'd come back in defence, he'd help out with the attack. And De Bruyne and Foden were playing as number 10s just off Haaland. That's how it's set up. But City just hunted in packs. When City lost possession of the ball, they were on it. And Southampton couldn't breathe. We just kept on giving the ball away, we kept on winning it. And like I said, as much as Southampton had 4 players up front to try and cause us problems, they couldn't, because Ake, Diaz and Akanji were fantastic. As much as Rodri and Bernardo didn't really have their best game out of possession, like I said, first class. Closing down, getting blocks off. I mean, some of the passes, like I said, went astray, but not all of them. Not all of them. I mean, the assist from Rodri for the third goal was a delightful little chip. I mean, people will look at that, and it was a delightful little chip. But his passing overall, you know, let him down on more than one occasion. I'd say usually Rodri has probably about a 94-95% success rate with his passing. Obviously, I haven't counted it or anything like that, but on glance, on watching the game, I'd say Rodri probably had about 62% success rate with his passing, which for most people, 62% is above half. It's a decent amount. But Rodri, who's averaging 95-96 a game, it's a drop, and a significant one. But he made up for it, like I said. He made up for it. Bernardo made up for it. De Bruyne. And it was that intensity out of possession, that desire to go and win the ball back, that dedication to get the ball, the determination to make sure that we're going to get the ball, we're going to keep the ball, you're not going to have a shot on target. That was what got us through. Obviously, the performance of Cancelo was out of this world. I mean, he was by far and away the man of the match in my book. Fantastic solo goal to start off with, and finished off with assisting Haaland for the final goal. Mahrez could have scored. It was a decent save by Zuno. He had another two chances which he should have at least got on target, I think. And then obviously he scored. No, it was a good solid performance. And I know when the subs were made, I mean all subs were on, I mean Grealish came on, Sergio Gomez came on, Rico Lewis, Cole Palmer, and Julian Alvarez came on. It was Foden, Mahrez, Cancelo, De Bruyne, and Bernardo that went off. But when all five subs were made, yeah, they took the foot off the gas a little, pretty much like they did against United. But the difference was United had scored. I mean, it was a fantastic goal by Anthony, I already said that, but United had scored. Southampton hadn't. So even though they took the foot off the gas going forward, I mean, they still had another couple of chances, don't get me wrong, but they took the foot off the gas. It was more of a professional performance, if you like. Preserving energy. We've got a game in midweek against Copenhagen where we can qualify for the knockout rounds, and then it's about trying to qualify as group winners so you get the home match for the second leg. And then obviously we've got a big game next weekend against Liverpool at Anfield. So you want to preserve your energy and stuff, and that's pretty much what it was like. The difference between yesterday and United is they had a clean sheet, and even though the levels had dropped and it was more about seeing the game out, getting the 3 points, moving on, they had a clean sheet, and they still had that determination and desire to make sure they left the field with a clean sheet. I think if Anthony's shot last week against United would have gone wide, it had got blocked, it'd have been a little bit further in, I think Ederson had got an hand to it, and it'd have been 6-0. I think it'd have ended 6-0. I think the fact that it was 6-1, they hadn't got the clean sheet, so there wasn't that desire, that determination that we're going to leave the field with a clean sheet, because it had gone. That was it yesterday. and it was there in midweek against Copenhagen. Whether that's purely just down to the fact that it was a clean sheet, or down to the fact that Pep Guardiola kept them in after the derby. Yeah, he allowed Haaland and Foden to go out and give an interview, but he wanted them back ASAP in the dressing room. And they were there for quite a while. I'm guessing a few home truths were spoken. And whether it's solely because they've had the clean sheet, or it's because they don't want another bollocking like that off Pep for switching off entirely defensively and allowing 2 goals to go in that really shouldn't have been going. We'll never know. But as far as Southampton's concerned, it was there. That desire, that determination, the dedication to keep the clean sheet was there. And we saw the game out. We had another couple of chances. But not really chances as in shots. Chances as in, for example, there was one with Cole Palmer, which, he had a shot, Cole Palmer, but the flag went up, so it was offside. Whether it had gone in and VAR had looked at it and said, no, he's onside, we'll never know. But I'm not counting that because the flag went up. But, no, there was one. Cole Palmer put a cross in, went over to Sergio Gomez, whipped the ball back, and before Haaland could wrap his foot around it, Southampton player got one of the defenders got a foot in. But we've seen the problems. Everyone's so focused on how do you stop Erling Haaland, and with the goals that he's banging in left, right and centre, you can see why that's a focus. But apart from the first goal, I'd say even the first goal actually, it was a great run by Cancelo, but the fact that when he went past, I think it was Walker Peters before he shot, he had that space because there was 3 defenders focused on him putting a cross in for Haaland and not letting Haaland get on it. And when they realised that he was probably going to shoot, one of them left. So, people are concerned about Haaland. Then you got the second one, De Bruyne's coming through. I think if he'd have played it to Haaland, even if it had gone through, I think Haaland was offside. But the fact Phil Foden had the time and space to control it and then dink it over the goalie is because the 2 centre-halves left Foden alone. With that focused on stopping Haaland getting the ball, that Foden was free and available. The third goal that went over to Mahrez, instead of making sure that there's no one behind him or looking behind, the main focus was, this is going to Haaland. So everyone got dragged to Haaland. And it creates space. Even there was a few times that we didn't take the chance. Mahrez, his shot where he chested it down and Bazunu made a good save within a minute of the game. Mahrez had that time to chest it down and have a shot because the defenders were more focused on Haaland getting the ball. And the fact that he keeps on banging him in, if everyone just focuses on Haaland, then, like yesterday, Mahrez with the third, Foden, De Bruyne, Bernardo, at least one of these can punish you. We scored 90 odd 100 and odd goals last year without Haaland. So we're capable of scoring the same levels again without Haaland. It's just with Haaland, because of how deadly he is, everyone's focused on stopping Haaland. The problem with City is they've got an entire team. So if you stop Haaland, granted, you can tick a box and say, like Bournemouth. Bournemouth can say, oh, Haaland didn't score against us. Granted, we won 4-0. And I think that's in home games alone, 31 goals. We banged in 6 against United, 6 against Forest, 4 against Palace, 4 against Bournemouth, 4 against Southampton, 5 against Copenhagen, and 2 against Dortmund. If my maths is correct, that's 31. 4 in 3, that's 12. Plus the 2 against Dortmund, that's 14. 5 in 1, that's 19. 6 in 2, that's 12. Plus the 19, 31. So the fans that have got season tickets and the fans that are going home are definitely getting the money's worth in terms of goals and in terms of performance and play. And I would recommend that if you get the chance to go and watch Ireland live, take it. I mean, I haven't had the chance yet this season, but when I'm watching the games and Ireland's in screenshot, I am watching him. His movement. The players around him. I was dragging him here and dragging him there. Seeing if I can pick up on anything that I can probably try and get my strikers to do. It's not just about his goals, as you've seen yesterday, as you've seen when we played Bournemouth. It's not just about his goals. His presence alone creates space for other people. And that is just one of the reasons why we love him. He's a fantastic goal scorer, and he's getting to be a better player. No disrespect to Dortmund, but he's playing with better players. He's getting coached by, in my opinion, the best in the business. And some people take a year to get used to it. Mahrez, Grealish, who I thought had another good game yesterday. I mean, he came on for 33 minutes. I don't really think he did anything wrong. He had a decent shot, which the goalkeeper saved. He had a small part in the 4th goal. It was his flick to Cancelo, which then created the 1-2 and put in for Haaland. I thought he had a decent game. Again, I think he's played quite well this season, Grealish. But I think it took a year to get used to it. Mahrez took a year to get used to it. And then there are people that just hit the ground running like Haaland and Diaz. But no, very happy with the performance. Like I said, a few of the players weren't on their best performance, but certainly made up for it out of possession. And it was very pleasing. Next, Copenhagen. I think, personally speaking, I think on Tuesday we'll guarantee qualification to the round of 16. I think Dortmund will as well. And then we've got Dortmund away, which I think will determine who ends top of the group. Because I can't see anything but Dortmund beating Copenhagen I can't see anything but a City win against Sevilla at home. So, yeah, I think we'll both qualify on Tuesday. And then I think it's the decider who wins the group, who comes second. But anyway, till next time, adios amigos.